Good evening, everyone. Before I start, just a shout out to the IDRC, who funded a lot of the work that was on the video this evening. Minister Anand, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, fellow laureates and friends, thank you so much for this extraordinary honor. Tonight, I want to dedicate this award to the countless forgotten activists who paid the ultimate price for believing in a more pluralistic and humane world. One of them is Kizito Mahigo. Take a note of this name. He's a Rwandan musician, a survivor of the genocide, and a gentle voice for reconciliation. His song, called The Meaning of Death, challenged the official narrative and called for empathy for all who suffered. For that he was imprisoned, his music was banned, and 5 years ago he died in police custody. His death was never properly investigated. His fellow inmates called him the Dove, because even in prison he spread peace and reconciliation. So when you go home tonight, I hope that you'll listen to the song from Kizito Mahigo. It reminds us of the courage, humility, and perseverance that are the true cost of building a pluralistic society. The work you saw in the video tonight is rooted in that same belief. Across our continent, people are still harassed, abused, and criminalized simply because they are sex workers, children living on the streets, informal traders, refugees, people with disabilities, or members of the LGBTIQ community. 77 years after the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, law enforcement remains far too often the wedge between pluralism and subjugation, and that the law remains a tool through which the powerful can decide who is worthy of dignity and who is not. I grew up in apartheid South Africa, where white Christian nationalism shaped the psyche of an entire nation and traumatized that nation. And when Nelson Mandela walked out of prison after 27 years, we proclaimed ourselves a rainbow nation, a vision that was championed by Archbishop Desmond Tutu, of a country where we could all live in peace and equality. But without deep social and economic change, that dream has faded, and our country has become one of the most xenophobic countries on the continent. And our story is not unique. Across the world, the pendulum keeps swinging toward and away from pluralism, toward and away from human rights. We know the catastrophic cost of religious nationalism and exclusion, and still we find ourselves repeating the mistakes of history. But none of this is inevitable. A different future is possible, but only if we are willing to pursue the legal, political, and economic reforms that make pluralism real, not just rhetorical. Receiving the Global Pluralism Award is therefore not only a profound honor for our organization, it's an affirmation of the communities we stand beside. It recognizes their courage in environments where identity and conscience itself is often dangerous. And I'm humbled to join all of you who here tonight who work every single day to make pluralism a lived reality. The past year has made that work harder and even more essential. And yet we continue to see hope. We see young people across continents, across the globe, standing up, demanding accountability, gender equality, environmental justice. We see Indigenous leaders, people with disabilities, LGBTI communities, and those displaced by conflict insisting on their right to belong. For them, pluralism is not just an ideal, it's about survival. Archbishop Tutu reminded us when he said this, "My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. We are different so that we know our need for one another." And with that, I want to thank you very much.